This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones. Devin Dagnall is off tonight. Today, a high-stakes meeting between President Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky turned contentious as the two look to negotiate an end to the war in Ukraine. ABC's Christiane Cordero has the latest from Washington.
What was supposed to be a diplomatic meeting with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky today dissolved into a shouting match.
But you're either going to make a deal or we're out.
Zelensky not wanting to make a deal to end the war with Russia and give the U.S. a share of Ukraine's mineral resources unless he gets security guarantees to prevent Russia's aggression.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. But right now, you don't. Yeah, you're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III.
Zelensky pushed back, pointing to Vladimir Putin's previous violations of peace deals.
He broken this ceasefire. He killed our people, and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about?
Vice President J.D. Vance called Zelensky disrespectful and ungrateful.
I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media.
President Trump posting on social media after that Zelensky can return when he is, quote, ready for peace.
You've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning.
I know.
Ukraine's ambassador seated in the Oval Office with her head in her hands. Zelensky left the White House early, the signing ceremony for the mineral rights deal and a planned joint news conference canceled. A senior White House official tells ABC News Zelensky, after the Oval Office, was escorted to a holding room. That's where Secretary of State Marco Rubio and National Security Advisor Mike Waltz told him the president demanded he leave the White House and return when he's serious. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
Back here at home, a Houston family is mourning the loss of a woman who police say died by the hands of her husband last week in Belfast. Our Doug Banks joins us live in studio with more. Doug?
Thank you, Beth. Margot Nguyen lived a life filled with passion and purpose. This according to her cousin, who spoke with me today about how much light she brought to him and his family and how it was tragically cut short. According to the Maine State Police, last week she was found dead outside her in-laws' Belfast home. Her husband, Samuel Whitmore, is accused of killing her, and how the Nguyen's family is now left with more questions than answers.
I felt like she was like my little sister, really, and I feel like I lost part of myself.
If passion and adventure could be found within one person, it would be Margot Nguyen.
She was love. She was an inspiration. She was super talented.
Nguyen was a French citizen who had recently moved to Belfast to begin a new chapter with her newlywed husband, Samuel Whitmore. Risley says he knew of Whitmore, but never met him.
It was definitely a cool feeling knowing she's closer by.
However, on February 19th, authorities say Nguyen was found dead outside Whitmore's parents' home with his mother inside critically injured. According to Risley, there were never any warning signs that this could ever happen.
One thing I know about Sam is he is a killer. He killed somebody, and he killed my cousin, and he needs to face the consequences of that. There was so much life in her. We'll find each other again one day, and we'll have more adventures, and I'm looking forward to that.
Risley says a GoFundMe has been set up to help with funeral expenses. A link to that can be provided on our website, foxbangor.com. Live in studio for ABC 7 News at 6, I'm Doug Banks. Beth?
Doug, thank you. A Fairfield man who attempted to run from the Skowhegan courthouse after being convicted of assaulting a 14-month-old child has been indicted by the Somerset County grand jury. Closed-circuit television captured the moment in September when Carter sprinted through the courthouse with court security and others chasing him. They followed him out the door, and as he ran across the street, the man fell and was caught by jurors. He was indicted on a charge of escape and a charge of violation of conditions of release for a separate incident. Meanwhile, an Augusta woman accused of leading police on a chase following an alleged burglary in Skowhegan was also indicted. 42-year-old Matisse Fry was indicted on 6 counts, including burglary, criminal speed, and driving to endanger. Police say officers were called to a burglary in progress on Pineview Avenue in October. The vehicle sped off and Fry eventually stopped near Lake George Regional Park. Police say Fry initially refused to leave the vehicle, but they eventually removed her and placed her under arrest. Well, Dysart's Marina in Southwest Harbor was damaged after a driver crashed through a fence and ended up in the water. Our Callie Warren has more.
Attention Southwest Fire personnel, a report of a vehicle in the water. Address came in as 11 Apple Lane.
At around 3:43 p.m. on Thursday, first responders were called to the Dysart's Marina in Southwest Harbor. The local fire department says 22-year-old Wyatt Lawson plunged 20 feet after losing control of his Dodge Ram truck and driving off the dock. Chief Tom Chisholm says Lawson reported that his brakes failed.
He reported that his brakes had failed. Pretty steep incline coming down from Main Street down the Apple Lane into that area. And then with the slippy subsurface, I think it definitely contributed to him not being able to find an alternative way.
Lawson's luck was running out as he went over the side at low tide. The vehicle landed upside down in mud and water, with part of the truck on a dock. The chief says Lawson suffered minor injuries.
We were very surprised that he was able to self-extricate. It was low tide, or just after low tide of the day. He was able to get a door open before it gets kind of locked into the mud.
The vehicle was removed just a couple of hours after the incident.
We were able to use a local barge with a crane right in town.
Ethan Harkins is the assistant manager of the marina.
This sort of thing has never happened at this dock before.
And a friend of Lawson's.
You know, he got out unscathed, and I mean, it's really just a blessing. If a couple different variables went wrong, you know, it could have gone a whole different way.
He says the damage to the dock isn't severe.
Luckily, a lot of it came off in one piece, so we're able to reuse quite a bit of it, so it shouldn't be too bad for us.
In Southwest Harbor, Callie Warren, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
University of Maine President Joan Faridi Mundy has now officially acknowledged that they are indeed under investigation by the USDA for compliance with Title IX. A letter was sent to all students and staff at the University of Maine and its regional campus, the University of Maine at Machias. The university said the purpose of the message was to make sure everyone was aware of the president's executive orders and both the known and potential implications to the university. The letter also stressed that thus far the USDA has not alleged any wrongdoing on the university's part as it relates to Title IX, and that the university is fully cooperating with the review. The letter read in part, quote, "As a public university, we have an obligation to comply with state and federal laws. The situation is dynamic and changing rapidly, with several organizations challenging various elements of the executive orders and associated actions in the courts. That said, universities and colleges were given a February 28, 2025 deadline to comply with certain directives, and we are undertaking an assessment to avoid the significant consequences that could be imposed," end quote. And let's hit pause here, folks, and peek outside for a first look at our forecast.
Thank you, Beth. Our first weather today is brought to you by Residential Roofing. For over 30 years, residential roofers specialize in metal and shingle roof replacements and repairs. Now they're more than just a roofing company. They're fully equipped to handle all your home building needs from the ground up. All right, out there for today, a few rogue snow showers early on, but now we are seeing decreasing clouds, some sunshine out there before we have some more increasing clouds late tonight, while we will be seeing some snow very early on in the morning for tomorrow, which can transition into rain for tomorrow afternoon. For highs out there today in those low 40s here in Bangor, closer to those low to mid 40s by the coastline. 43 in Bar Harbor. Did see some areas getting to those mid 40s in the southwestern portion of the state for today. Cooler up north. We saw mid 30s in Greenville, low 30s in Clayton Lake, and a little bit warmer near Prescott and Holton, right around 37 degrees for your highs today. With winds out there right now, a little breezy from the northwest, seeing right around 14 miles per hour, sustained gusting near 20 to 25 here in Bangor. Those winds are going to become light and variable for tonight before they pick up again for tomorrow. So as we see light winds with some cloudy skies, and we're going to see that snow making its way in right around 4 to 6 a.m. Beth?
Chase, thank you so much, and we will be right back with more local news.
Hi, I'm Tony Hafford from TC Hafford Basement Systems, the all things basement-y company. Basement waterproofing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. Since 1991, over 15,000 Maine homeowners have trusted TC Hafford Basement Systems to fix their basements. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basement-y.
With winter here, you'll want to feel safe on the road. So take action by heading to your Toyota all-wheel drive headquarters for a Washington's Birthday Sales Event. College students and recent grads could get a $500 rebate over and above most other offers. Toyota, let's go places.
Katahdin Federal Credit Union wishes the Skank Wolverines the best as they go for the gold ball. And Stanley's Auto Center in Medway congratulate Skank Wolverines on their successful season.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Don't get cold feet this winter. Stay warm and dry with high-performance footwear from Comfort Shoes and More. With an extensive selection of winter boots rated from 0 to minus 60 degrees Fahrenheit, you'll find comfort in knowing your feet will be warm in any weather. Discover the latest in functional and fashionable footwear with grippers built right into the sole. With boots in stock up to 6E and size 17 for men and women. Take the drive to Newport for a sit and fit to find your perfect fit. You and your feet will be glad you did.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back. Nurses at Northern Maine Medical Center in Fort Kent are declaring victory after the Maine Department of Labor issued a citation to the hospital for regulatory violations. The infractions listed included misclassifying nurses as subcontractors, failing to pay nurses overtime, failing to pay nurses their wages in a timely manner, and requiring nurses to sign contracts that exempted NMMC from Maine's labor laws. There were 77 violations total. The complaint that triggered the citation was filed by the Maine State Nurses Association, which represents the nurses at NMMC. The settlement that was reached includes money to be paid directly to 3 specific nurses for wages, damages, and interest, and a little over $8,000 in fines. Maine's Department of Labor will also monitor NMMC for compliance for 2 years and will be retraining management there on Maine labor law. They'll also terminate a program called RN Flexibility Solutions, which the union says caused illegal misclassification of nurses, leading to their termination. And the city of Bangor is firing back at the owners of the Bangor Mall, saying an update they provided earlier this week claiming they'd resolved multiple code violations and the building contained inaccuracies. On Wednesday, the group issued a statement claiming they've made all necessary repairs to the mall's roof and had begun to address issues that were, quote, neglected by the previous owners. Those included the property's sewer line and stormwater system. But the city says photos that were taken Wednesday of this week by the city's code department show that leaking still occurs. And a mall manager told the city this week that interior roof repairs had not been completed. Also, the main mall sign closest to Hogan Road has not been repaired, even though a representative for Namdar Realty testified to a judge in January that it was expected to occur within the following week. There were numerous other claims of outstanding issues with the property that the city says have not been addressed. To read the full statement from the city, you can go to this story on our website a little later tonight, foxbangor.com. All right, there is much more to come, folks, including sports. Stay with us.
I slipped and fell on some ice in a parking lot.
Slip and fall? Make the call to Maine's most recognized personal injury law firm, the law offices of Joe Bornstein.
I'd recommend their services to anyone. Call Joe. It's that easy.
Looking to save on the foods you love? Just shop store brands at Hannaford and get more tacos for Tuesday, more sprinkles for your Sunday, more OJ for, well, every day. And with our brands, you get the lowest price on the shelf, plus 2% rewards on every purchase. Now that's savings with a cherry on top. Savings you can count on. At Hannaford, it's in the bag.
Hank's Husqvarna is your trusted full-line Husqvarna dealer, offering you everything you need for your outdoor projects. From high-performance lawn tractors and zero-turn mowers to chainsaws, trimmers, battery-powered and powerful snowblowers, we have just what you need. Every piece of equipment is fully set up, serviced, and ready for use by our certified Husqvarna technician. And all sales are backed by our in-house Husqvarna warranty. For parts, service, or new equipment sales, make your way to Hank's Husqvarna in Carmel or Newport.
ABC 7, Fox 22, Old Town Redemption Center, and Triple S Tax Shop want to send you to see the professional bull riders performing March 7th through the 9th at the Cross Insurance Center in Bangor. Register to win 2 tickets by stopping by Old Town Redemption Center, offering a 10% bonus on returnables and a monthly $100 drawing. Or Triple S Tax Shop in Carmel for quality clothing and equestrian gear. Professional bull riders, an exciting show for the entire family.
He lose his shirt? I've never seen anybody lose their shirt.
Do you think they made him pay triple?
Who's the law firm?
The law offices of Joe Bornstein.
If you've been injured in an accident, call Joe.
Put a little more cash in your bag. Save money with half-off deals at foxbangor.com.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. We'll start on the hardwood and head up to Howland, where the PVHS girls have dominated Class C North, and they're looking to put the finishing touch on a perfect season on Saturday in the Gold Ball game. Our Jack Webb has more.
We'd be the first one in school history for girls basketball, so this is the group that would do it, and it's going to be so fun if we do.
The undefeated Penobscot Valley girls basketball team is looking to put the finishing touch on a dream season in the state championship on Saturday.
Us putting in the work that we put in, it coming to really show off, the community supporting our backs and stuff like that, it just feels amazing, and I can't imagine what the atmosphere is going to be like on Saturday.
It's a lot, in the same breath you're like, wow, where we started, we're like, you never think about being perfect, but here we are, wow, one more game, for a perfect season.
And when Coach K says perfect, he really means perfect. The Howlers have beat every opponent by at least 30 points, besides their 3 meetings with Mananaquuk Academy, who gave them their toughest test yet, forcing them to move away from their bread and butter, going from their green defense to man.
We could tell that our green defense wasn't really, setting the tone. Our pressure wasn't as good, so Coach told us that we needed to go into our man, which allowed us to apply a lot more pressure.
For the weeks leading up, I said, girls, if we just got to go man, I got to be able to, no matter the time, I got to be able to look out there and know that when I tell you we got to go man, there is no reaction. And they're like, yep, we got to go man. He's saying it because he knows our stuff isn't working, so we just got to lock up man to man.
Winning is nothing new to these PVHS girls, as last Saturday was their 4th straight C North regional appearance and are fresh off a state championship in soccer in the fall. They credit their success to work ethic.
Well, we all play together, this 9, we go through softball, we go to basketball, we go to softball. So we know what it takes, and we all have very similar work ethics, so I think that really just goes in our success.
The Howlers hope all that hard work pays off on Saturday night against Halldale.
It'd be amazing, just to be able to bring it home to our community, and like I say again, our hard work will pay off, it'll be amazing, honestly.
From Howland, Jack Webb, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thank you for that, Jack. That game is at 7 p.m. on Saturday. Weather is warming up a little bit. Maine baseball back on the East Coast this weekend, opening up a series today against George Washington University. The Black Bears rocking the pinstripes, taking on the Revolutionaries in the nation's capital. Picking it up in the third, no score, Maine with the bases loaded and Drew Reynolds at the dish. He rips one back up the middle, and the Black Bears have a 1-0 lead. Quinn Murphy trying to add a second, but he gets caught out at home. Into the fourth now, man on second, 2 outs for Jude Clow, and he rips one down the line in left. That's going to bring home Cristino Tefano, and that ties the game at 1. To the fifth now, man on first for Conlon Walker, and he is going to shoot a double. That's going to get over the head of the left fielder Murphy. Ty Acker is going to come around from first to score. That gives George Washington a lead. And Michael Foltz on the mound did the rest. He tosses a complete game for the win. Maine falls in a close one. 3-1 is the final. And we will have the Class A state championship highlights for you tonight on Fast Break at 10 and 11. Jack Webb is down in Augusta for those. Tune in for the recap and reaction later on. For now, that is all the time we have for sports. Here's Chase Ropanak with your full 5-day forecast.
Thank you very much, Tyler. Out there for highs today in the low 40s here in Bangor. Cooler temperatures up north, upper 30s for Millinocket. Same for Holton and Presque Isle, but much cooler in Clayton Lake, right around 31 degrees for today. As we see by the coastline, temperatures right around those low to mid 40s. We saw more of those areas in the mid 40s down in the southwestern portion of the state, with some areas in those upper 30s just a little bit more north. But for tonight, temperatures are going to cool off quickly. It looks like right around midnight, we can be sitting right around 14 to 16 degrees for temperatures, but then they're quickly going to rise as we have another clipper system making its way through. By the afternoon tomorrow, back into those low to mid 40s across our region, same for coastal regions as well, going down into the southwestern portion of the state. Don't be surprised if you see a few areas above those mid 40s, but going up north, temperatures going to be a little bit warmer than they were out there for today, but not by much, expecting those low to mid 30s by the Clayton Lake and Caribou region. Taking a look at our average highs now, back into the mid 30s, and we're going to be above that for tomorrow. That high hitting for 43 degrees, but cooling off Sunday and the Monday, well below average, hanging out in those low to mid 20s. We'll see a lot of sunshine though, especially going into Monday. But as you can see, a major warm up is back in the forecast for Wednesday and Thursday. Looks like Thursday we're going to be getting close to 50 degrees for that high, and then that front will hit going into Friday. Temperatures back closer to average and right around freezing, sitting at 32 degrees. Winds are breezy out there right now as that clipper system from yesterday has passed through. Northwest winds gusting near 20 to 25 at times. We're seeing 14 miles per hour sustained here in Bangor, and winds all across the state are sustained right around 15 to 20 miles per hour. So we are seeing some gusty winds out there, but the winds are become light and variable for tonight before they pick up again for tomorrow. So increasing cloud cover from the west. It's not here just yet, but for tonight we are going to see that increasing cloud cover, and late tomorrow morning, or late overnight into the early morning hours for tomorrow, that is when we're going to see some snow making its way into the region. At what time are we really going to see that? Well, it looks like right around the hours 4 to 6 a.m. Right now, this model is showing right around 5:30. We'll start to see that snow impacting our area here in Bangor. Southwestern portions of the state, we'll see that a little bit earlier on. As we go into the morning hours, right around 10 a.m., a little bit more of that precipitation can turn into rain or a wintry mix. We'll see more of that rain by the coastline, but as we get into the evening hours, another push of some rain will go through Bangor right around 4 to 6 o'clock. It's shown right here at 5:30. A little bit more rain here in the Bangor area, with some areas up north seeing that as well. Going to be most likely a wintry mix near Millinocket region. As we continue on, going into the rest of your weekend, into Sunday, and going into the beginning of your work week on Monday, we'll be seeing some clearer skies with cooler temperatures hanging out in the low to mid 20s. All right, for tonight's forecast, though, hanging out in the mid teens with increasing clouds late. We will see that those snow showers showing up late as well. Looks like right around 4 to 6 a.m. is when we expect that snow to make its way into the region. Highs tomorrow, though, going to be back up into those low to mid 40s with chances for rain and snow. Winds going to be breezy from the south, gusting near 20 miles per hour. Here is our extended forecast. A nice brief cool period Sunday and the Monday. Highs below freezing and below average in the low to mid 20s, but back up into those mid 40s by going into Wednesday. And we can see rain chances throughout the afternoon as well. Beth?
Chase, thank you. And there is still more to come.
To do this. I am an American bucking bull. And this is my sport. The Professional Bull Riders. PBR Bangor, March 7th through 9th. It's bull time.
Everyone has a reason to quit smoking or vaping. Maybe it's for your kids, your health, or just to prove to yourself you can. No matter your reason, quitting can be tough, but Mainers are tougher. Maine QuitLink offers free help to quit smoking and vaping. Get a personalized quit plan and free medications to control nicotine cravings. No insurance needed, no cost to Mainers. Because quitting tobacco with a little extra help is more successful than quitting cold turkey. Quit like a Mainer. Enroll online at MaineQuitLink.com or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Embrace the journey, where each moment turns into a cherished memory. Ensuring life's journey and experiences along the way. AAA, we're always with you.
Bring your new kitchen to life with help from the Kitchen, Bath, and Flooring Division by Hammond Lumber Company. Bring in your ideas or get inspired by Hammond's extensive showroom displays. Your Hammond sales rep will help you create a materials list and cost estimate, and Hammond's designers will help you visualize your space before the work begins. And Hammond delivers from 22 locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Your new kitchen begins when you bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
The best bulls in the world have come to town. For bull riders, 8 seconds can make them a champion or nothing. It's bull time. Banger! Get your tickets now at pbr.com/tickets or Ticketmaster.
The internet video chatting tool Skype is going to be shut down. Microsoft purchased the messaging and calling app 14 years ago and says its last day of operation will be on May 5th. That gives users around 2.5 months to decide what to do, like moving to Microsoft Teams for free or exporting your Skype data. The Verge reports that the most recent user numbers Microsoft shared were in 2023 at 36 million. The most users Skype ever had was 300 million. Technology continues to evolve. Well, the U.S. lobster industry continued a multi-year slide in catch last year. Fishermen face many challenges as the valuable catch migrate north to colder habitats. The industry is based mostly in Maine, where lobsters are both a cultural icon, really, and the backbone of the coastal community. The state's haul of lobsters declined every year from 2021, when it was nearly 111 million pounds, to 2023, when it was less than 97 million pounds. State officials say that decline extended into 2024, when the haul was about 86.1 million pounds. Officials say a major factor in the decline in catch was a series of devastating storms. Maine commercial harvesters earned $74 million more in 2024, though, despite the smaller catch. Well, Friday, the city of Bangor reached a milestone of sorts. With the help of city resources and area community outreach, Camp Hope residents are steps closer to moving into permanent housing. Our Alex Schley has more.
We've really come together as a community to help end cycles that have perpetuated for years and years and years. And I feel like in as many ways as we could, we did it the right way.
Last October, Bangor city officials announced plans to close the homeless encampment known as Camp Hope by the end of 2024.
And we've tried to create exit plans that honor the humanity.
Led by Bangor's homeless response manager, Jenna Jones, the city partnered with community organizations to help residents find a path forward.
Exiting chronic homelessness is a process, right? And it's not necessarily a linear one, and it's not one that most people can do by themselves. It takes a team, right? You need support behind you.
By December, it became clear that more time was going to be needed to properly relocate the remaining individuals.
We certainly could have come in, with the public works team and forced exits, but, that's just not the spirit of the work that we've been engaging with.
So the city extended the deadline to February 28th. As of Friday morning, only 16 people remain at the encampment, all of whom, according to Jones, have an exit plan. Heidi Fox has been living at Camp Hope for 2 years. Friday, she learned she has a way out.
That is so cool. So you either can go home now
or get an apartment and be here with my kids.
Jones says the success is a testament to the Bangor community.
And I think what we have proven in this process is that we do care. We care a lot. And we're capable of doing really incredible things and helping people get the work done when we care in the right ways.
Jones said the city is still working closely with the remaining individuals and anticipates Camp Hope will be completely vacated in about a week. In Bangor, I'm Alex Schley for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Certainly incredible news there, that is for sure. Alrighty, folks, well, that is going to do it for us from everyone here at ABC 7. Take care and have a great rest of your night. And for more, you can go ahead and join us over on Fox 22 News Tonight at 6:30.
Tonight, President Zelensky at the White House. Do they have a deal? Plus, measles detection.
They won't take because
I don't care.
I have all the dispositions.
Oh, it sounds like there's been back and forth, protective orders, violations of protective orders. How many dogs do you have?
4.
You filed for protective order. Was that granted?
No, it was dismissed because he wasn't, they said because I didn't
Don't tell me because
prove.
what they said. It was dismissed.
Yeah.
Was it dismissed after a hearing or before a hearing?
After.
After a hearing?
Mm-hmm.
And did you testify at the hearing?
Yes.
And did Mr. Perotti testify at the hearing? We're done with your case. You have a counterclaim.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll hear it.
The case is I've lost work. I've lost people that have come to my home and been yelled at by her. Right now, I take care of my son. That's what I'm paid to do.
Good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $500. We're finished.
Parties are excused and they step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
My opinion's the only one that counts.
I've never seen a 68-year-old woman lie like Linda lies.
It's been a living nightmare. I have the neighbor from hell.
She gave me the car. We had an argument. She wanted the car back. I said no. That's all it is.
It's a terrible, terrible situation. I've been there 8 years, and he's been there a couple of months.
Oh, we're going separate ways. There's no doubt.
I hope we can leave each other alone and we can just live our own lives.
This is Fox 22 News Tonight.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones. Devin Dagnall is off tonight. After a heated exchange in the Oval Office between President Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, a deal to support ending the war between Russia and Ukraine is off, at least for now. Fox's Caroline Shively reports.
Mr. President, is there no deal?
That's Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky after President Trump told him to leave the White House, minutes after fireworks erupted in the Oval Office over Ukraine's war with Russia.
You're gambling with World War III, and what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country.
Zelensky said the U.S. is not immune to the problems caused by the war.
During the war, everybody has problems, even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.